welcome lovely folk. This is the yearly reading for the year 2025 for the sign of Leo. We will start off with tea leaf. I'll grab you some animal spirit cards. For tarot we have both the 𝕃'𝕌ℕ𝔼. We'll grab a Queen of the Moon and a Moonology. I'll possibly clarify with the Enchanted World. And we're doing the charms and grabbing you some runes, but it'll be a little bit different. We're going to get them for the year. So we will see that at the end there. So let's go ahead and get started. Definitely felt these. Take those and this one. Man, these have been coming out like crazy. Okay, that one's important. Okay, so we have wealth and marriage as some of your main cards here. Interestingly, marriage, love and marriage have been coming out like crazy. Just even in my reads, my monthly readings, they've been coming out a lot. They came out, yeah, just for a while now, they've been coming out like crazy. And I felt like it's like a heart chakra opening thing for many signs. Of course, there can still be love and marriage too. For a lot of people, but I think that there's also just a general heart-opening thing that's going to occur within 2025. So we have hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. We have November. Put hand there. So we have grapes, time to go out and have fun. And the lion, time to act. Okay. Bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Dark man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. Flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. Clouds, temporary problems. Know that they are temporary. I think that's important. That you will successfully overcome them. Apple, temptation will test you. Rose, romance is in the air. Interesting, because we did see marriage as well. Carrot, opportunity or windfall. Archway, interesting, hold on. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. I did get in your meditation arches, spiritual development. Right, scissors, disappointment in some affair. Stork, news of a birth or new business opportunity. Egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. Okay, gotta make some space for these. Money path, a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Weeping willow, family sorrow. Perhaps that's this disappointment, temporary problems. Okay, and we have target, a goal-oriented person. And we have fan, romance, celebration, party. So some of you might meet somebody when you choose to go out and have some fun at a celebration or a party. You know what, we're gonna just kind of do that here. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab your animal spirit. This animal, you know, is for the whole year of 2025. So if you do see this animal cross your path, or you know, come to you in some way, some form, you know, that could have some significance, I do have animal spirits in a playlist on my channel. Invoking animal spirits, so you can go there to find some meanings, some symbolisms, but also these animals just whenever it comes up, you know, you can go online and see the symbolism, see what resonates at the time. There could be traits that you're being called to act, time to act, lion. So yeah, there can be traits of these different animals that could help you on your journey. I also want to note we have here lion, we have stork, egg. So those are some animal spirits for sure. Okay, and we have turtle and panther. So, you know, if you feel called to, go ahead and look these animal spirits up. Perhaps look out in my playlist, because I might add these somewhat soon. And let's go ahead and get your Botticelli. But especially if they keep coming up, you know, there's probably a message there for you. Or just if you feel like they resonate with you in some way, you're being called to, you know, look into that. Alright, so spirit guides and angels, messages for Leo for the year 2025. Does Leo need to know for their highest good in the year 2025? Whoa. Messages for Leo. Their highest good in the year 2025. Okay. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands. So interesting, especially with like marriage here and romance is in the air. Four of Wands can be known as the halfway to marriage card. It can be known as reaching just some very significant point where commitment might deepen even further. And it doesn't have to be in love. It can be, you know, reaching a significant milestone in something you're working on, or in any kind of relationship, or just within your life, your spiritual development, your development just in life some way. So I think this is a big year for you, a big year of like hitting some milestone and perhaps some things changing, opening up for you. Especially with Archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and pathways opening up. That's very Four of Wands-esque. And I did get Arch in your meditation, so it's very significant that this is a big year for you. Okay, we have in your challenge position, Two of Swords in the reverse. That can be, okay, so Two of Swords naturally can be like indecision. In the reverse, it can be perhaps being like stuck on one way, on seeing something only one way, especially here in the challenge position. So you might feel like there's only one way to do something when perhaps you're being called to pivot, to adapt, to see things a different way. Some of you might also just literally decide to take a different path, like quite literally. Maybe you typically have like a certain route that you take on your way to work or somewhere, and you decide to take the scenic route or go a different way. I'm being reminded of that episode, is it Turn Left? On Doctor Who. I also want to note, don't fret about missing opportunities. Things happen as they're meant to, and no matter what. No matter what occurs, what's meant for you won't pass you by. But yeah, I do feel like a kind of fork in the road energy, that there is some kind of there are paths opening up to you, and you get to choose which path you take. We have Seven of Wands, but it is in the reverse here. So yeah, it's like walls are up, and it could also be in ways of like having to do with your family, or just relationships like that you put your guard up. And so I think that's something also that you're looking at throughout this year, to perhaps deepen your connections. It might even help you figure out and see things from a different way, to help you kind of connect with yourself and figure out where you want to go. And we have the Wheel. So that's definitely like, this is a very big year for you. And it's like a very important time to, choose your direction in life. So definitely really connect with yourself, really get grounded, and make sure that anything you do comes from your heart and it's what you want to do. Don't let others impact your decision, and try not to get too caught in your head with it all either. But just really get in tune with yourself, and you'll know what to do. Trust yourself. We have Nine of Wands in the reverse. I think this is about, this year, you're going to let go of some of your responsibilities and have some fun. Now, of course, that doesn't mean you're going to not be responsible at all. You're going to have balance there, but you're going to let loose a little bit. I see you're a very goal-oriented person, and some of you might even get help on this because you see that you're such a goal-oriented person that perhaps you put some walls up because you're so focused on perhaps work or certain things, and you want to open up and have more fun. So you might get some help on that. We have 9 of Swords, so 2 9s here. So by the end of the year, you are reaching some sort of completion in your development in some way. You know, halfway point here, and then like throughout the year you really develop. I think you will, you know, connect with your destiny and align with your destiny here. But you know, throughout the year you are just still heading towards completion. But 9 of Swords, so you are going to have some pressure on you, perhaps some there's going to be some anxiety. Be mindful to get some good rest. It'll help you stay connected with yourself and in alignment. But and again, trust yourself. Really connect and make sure you do things for yourself. Don't let anybody else pressure you into any decisions. You know, do things from a place of connecting with your heart and making sure it's best for you. And we have a 3 of Wands. So yeah, you're going to be developing some plans for the future. I think you already have, but I think this year you go through some kind of change, and you know, it sets you on a new path into your future that you start planning for. You know, for some it could even be this marriage. And we see wealth and money path, archway, new opportunities, success, egg, that's also new opportunities, you know. So ultimately a very good year. Alright, so let's go ahead and get your Queen of the Moon. Alright, spirit guides, angels, what does Leo need to know for the year 2025? Your highest good messages for Leo. The year 2025. Interesting. Okay, so we have fear here, which actually I got in your meditation. I got blinds, like blinds like on a window, and then it was kind of like about repressed feelings coming in that help you ultimately towards your happiness and letting the light in, but also about that kind of connected with those fears. Your fears are being observed, you have new growth, to connect with your solar plexus, and honesty was important. Truths are being told. I got celebration, and new year and news. So, you know what, since everything's kind of coming up here, I'm going to go ahead and share the song Riders of the Storm. That song came in, I'm not sure why, but it came in. And we have the Void. So yeah, that can be, you know, where repressed things lie, and where fear can lie. It can like be pressed down, suppressed and repressed again and again in the unconscious. So I see you observing this. unleashing it and facing it to grow and develop this year. And it can, stir up some anxiety, but I do think you're going to work through that. I think that ultimately it's good that you're just observing it. So it's important to note to observe it and to know that that's not a truth. Fears are just demons we create in a way. Fear is just something that we create and we can release. I'm also getting that phrase, feel the fear, do it anyways, and that will help, turn over your fears into opportunities. All right, well, let's grab your numerology. Nearly forgot there. Spirit guides and angels messages for Leo for the year 2025. Okay, just these. Something I want to note is these can also be time periods. So we have waxing gibbous and we have dark moon. And we have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. We have bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. So that could be things that you're healing with your family. That can be about just opening your heart, letting down walls, opening up your heart. A marriage here, bringing love into that situation. Romance is in there, allowing yourself to feel that, to have some fun and embrace that. Balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Did I say new moon in Aquarius for this? But yeah, full moon in Pisces. So new moons happen in the sign they're in, so that is the time period of Aquarius, could have significance. And full moon in Pisces, so that would be Virgo season, could have some importance. So keep that in mind as well. But ultimately, yeah, I see this being a very important year for you. Make sure to take time to check in with yourself, to meditate, to practice spirituality, and of course also being practical, not getting caught in that and in the fears that can stir up in the mind when we allow ourselves to let things come through. Noticing the difference between fears and things just coming up to work through, and being able to observe it without judgment. All right, so I will see you in the charms and runes portion. Hello and welcome. So in this portion we will grab your runes and charms, but I do want to start off. Your card of the year is the Fool, which is about new beginnings. So we did see a lot of that. This year is very important for you. There's like a turning point almost, and yeah, just a highly important year filled with new beginnings and new growth. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get your runes here. And you will have to bear with me. I'm still learning the runes, so. Okay. So we have is that Birkenau? And it fell about Gemini area. And for yearly, we have, this is Ice, Iwas, and Pertho. So let's go ahead and read these for you. I'm starting to somewhat learn them, but I already knew them a little bit, but not really. Okay, so let's start off with this one. It landed in about Gemini season. So, Berkana. Birth, new beginning. Wow, very much so what this year is about, but it did land around Gemini, so maybe that around that time it's going to be very prominent. You're going to really notice it. Or a new opportunity presents itself right then. A suggestion to fertility and to restoration, recovery. We did see marriage and we did see stork too, so that was like, that could be birth as well. So, like literal birth. So some of you could get pregnant around that season. So look out for that as well. Or you just might be very fertile around there then, but it can also just be birth of ideas, birth of new opportunities presenting themselves in your life. So keep that in mind. We must do penance for old sins and get rid of bad habits which are hazardous to health, such as alcohol and smoking. Women who are trying to conceive the rune of birth should be encouraged. If some plans promise bad, the whole matter should be reconsidered. So again, looking at your pathways, really connecting with yourself and choosing what's right for you, not taking, reconsider is just reminding you, taking into consideration what you want, what's important for you. Alright, and then we have ice, cold, frustrations and obstacles, and only patience can resist. So being patient throughout the year is very important. A connection to the thought of ice and cold between humans, especially in the family. The asking person is maybe in a situation which prevents them from acting, or they may not be aware of what is going on. I did get like truths being told. So have patience when that occurs. They should stay calm until the sun breaks through and the thaw comes. It can bring new emotions and perspectives. So yeah, having patience when truths are coming in. It could also be about like the repressed things coming up. Having patience with that. And hearth, mysticism. A hidden secret involved with your question. One of the mysterious runes. It suggests something mystical, but refers also to home and hearth. A possible gift or heritage should be evaluated. Weight on secrecy. Connections with the occult, possibly introduction to psychic activities. So it's definitely really important to connect with yourself, connect with your inner world, your just like high priestess energy. Really honing in, not ignoring red flags. Connecting with your intuition is important this year. All right. So let's go ahead and get your charm. Alright, give me 1 second. Okay, so interesting, we have hello in Taurus season along with this avocado bee-like thing, and bees can remind me of news. Avocados can sometimes remind me of pregnancy, and we did see birth here. So perhaps something with that. There may be news within Aries season, just around about April, May. We have this flower here. So I think it's ultimately good news, something that'll help you on your path. In Pisces season, we have this little tree, lollipop but it kind of reminds me of like a baby again. So a lot about that. So this can be like birthing ideas. It doesn't even have to be, you know, because everybody's gonna be different. To generalize this, you know, there can be a birthing of ideas within Pisces season, within Taurus season. Pisces season is like March. So yeah. Okay, in Libra season, we have a carrot. And interesting, we did see that carrot card. I can't quite remember what is on that card. I'll put it up as a reminder of what the carrot was about, because that's coming up again in Libra, within Libra season. So sometime in October there could be something having to do with that. We have this watermelon. Was that in Sagittarius or Scorpio? I'll have to look back. I thought it was Sag. But that's again about new opportunities. Having many opportunities by the end of the year. And also just feeling refreshed. There can be pressure and anxiety with all these opportunities. So go slow, take it easy, get rest. Pay attention to your solar plexus. I got that in your meditation, but also I'm getting it again with watermelon because I'm kind of being reminded of like that Rugrats episode where they're told like that old tale, like that a lot of their episodes are kind of based on like, you know, little sayings, and the one about like eating a watermelon seed and growing, which also is about again birthing opportunities and stuff like that, but also like it's reminding me like of stomach ache, stomach pain. So like taking care of your solar plexus, because you don't want the stress and the nerves to throw you off at all. So something to look at there. And we have this blue, not quite a marble, I don't know what you'd call this, glass piece that was in Leo, but also towards this, I take it if they're in this ring, that they can also be around that part of the moon. So as the moon's building up, pay mind to your throat chakra. Perhaps take a day on the new moon of like throughout the year, each new moon, maybe taking a day of silence, of meditation, of going within, and then developing your throat chakra as you come out of that. Alright, so that is all we have here. I want to wish you a wonderful year for 2025. It looks like it is a very big year for you, so I just want to give a little congratulations. And thank you so much for all of the likes, comments, and shares. It helps get these messages out to those they're meant for, and I thank you so much for being a part of my journey and welcoming me to be a part of your journey as well. Until next time, lovely folk.